back here finally from an absolutely epic week at Disney World, a little bit over a week. And we are coming to you with something kind of like Sports Night, but not quite at Sports Night. With Walt is still down at Walt Disney World. We came home early because of the hurricane that's coming in. So several of us, the DizneyDan crew, moved our flights, cut our vacations short by almost 2 days, and we headed home. So I am home. I arrived home safely, and tonight I am joined by Pete McDevitt from Pete McDevitt. So
thank you. Yeah, from me.
And congratulations on 100 subs to get your name now.
Yes, finally I get to keep it. I don't have to be a Butler.
Yes,
so that's a nice start. And I can do our show on my channel once in a while, which would be nice too.
Absolutely, that's right. You had to get to 100 to be able to do that sometimes.
Right.
So real quick, want to thank Dean of the Live Place, www.theliveplace.com. He sponsors our show, as well as he hosts our show as well as over 65 other shows. It's www.theliveplace.com or The Live Place or Dreamers Empire on YouTube. Also want to thank my partner channels, Mouse Talk. They go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock. We do the sports show normally at 8 o'clock on Saturday. Went a little bit late today, and we actually got pushed back even far. I know I need to be there, Zip. It's killing me, man. It's killing me. We're going to talk about a little bit about that. Not too much, though. But we had to push it back because I didn't realize Illuminations was going till 10 o'clock tonight. So that's the reason why it said we were starting at 9:45, and we delayed it till after the fireworks were over. And then also my other partner channel is Rob Fuzz, who goes live at 4 and 4:30 on 4 or 4:30 on Fridays with either Pub Talk or Frankie Friday. So go check him out. My power channels, my brothers, the DizneyDan crew, absolutely could not have asked for anything better to come out of what happened this week, the past 3 or 4 days that we had together. The Shep family, Zippity Doodad, and Brandy and Dave, all every one of us is just so humbled by what we heard and what we have accomplished for people. And again, we'll get into a little bit about that more, but just want to thank those guys. Everybody go please check them out. They're in the description. Their links are in the description below. My other power channel, DizneyDan, got the pleasure of meeting Dan as well for the first time. Incredibly nice guy, really good friend. And so his link is also in the description below. And guys, I am spent. If you can't tell, I had about 6 hours or 10 hours of sleep over the last 6 days, and I haven't slept. I didn't go sleep today. I slept this morning a little bit, like 2 or 3 hours, and then I haven't slept today. I kind of dozed off at my computer earlier, but I don't count that as sleep. So, but anyways, let's see who we got in chat, guys. We have Tracy G, Alex, Pam's Fam, Mike Wheeler, Wishing Mouse, Rachel Susog. Let's see here. Samantha Lowe, what's up? Thank you very much. Gotta get past there. There we go. Andrew Bidding is here. Thanks, Andrew, for being here, man. I appreciate it. I need to start drawing a line where the chat when I go live versus the people that were chatting beforehand, just so I know where to start. Andrew, we'll talk about that in just a minute, but I would love to see that climb. We've already surpassed anyone's expectations, but I would love to see that climb for sure. Got Noah the Disney World fan 16, Rockin' Robin, Alex Bruner, Zippity Doodad, Patrick, miss you, brother. Two Real Geeks, Cricket Fox, Cam's Corner, Pixar fan and Disney fan, Arjons, what's up, buddy? Pirate Princess Red, AJC Magic TV, Amy, met her as well. Pete McDevitt, who is sitting right here. Kilroy Kaufman, welcome in. Marguerite Nagy, Cody Hankins, Holly Ever After, Dame Dystopia, Dreamers Empire. There's Dean right there. Dean, guys, if you haven't seen Dean, yes, thank you guys. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate that, buddy. If you haven't seen Dean's channel, please click on it and go to it. Marshmallow Man, what's up, brother? I met Marshmallow Man as well. Guys, we met so many people. It was just intense. It was crazy. Walt, what's up, buddy? You still at Magic Kingdom? I thought they closed already. Timothy Rainwaters, what's up, buddy? Disney. Ooh, it jumped. Hang on a minute. Let me go back and find it. Wow, it jumps a lot. Disney Fanatic, Kay Atwood, RVing to Disney, Captain Akron 27. Saria Myers. Excuse me, guys. My voice is going a little bit too because we had a really good night at Jelly Rolls, which we'll talk about later too. Joe Pompoli, Pam's Fam. I think Walt. I don't know. You brought my name in big letters with exclamations. Timothy Rainwaters, Lil Darlin 715. Oh, you guys are amazing. T-Town Mary Ellen. All right, guys. I think it jumped. I think I got everybody. But if I missed you, just please repost. We'll go from here. We already have 36 people watching at 10:18. I can't be happy for you guys, or that you guys are here. Beverly, getting to your voice now. So no, it's not Beverly. It's because we went to a piano bar called Jelly Rolls and had the time of our lives. It was one of the greatest nights of my life. It got surpassed by last night, and which is what this whole topic's going to be about. We're going to talk about that, but we'll get to it. So, and everybody wants to know, where is the belt? Well, guys, here is the belt. Came back home with me just like I said it would. Nobody believed me except me. So we're going to let Yoda hang on to my belt again for all those people that had questions before. And Pete,
how's my mic? Is it good? I was tweaking it.
Your mic sounds good. Mic sounds great, man.
A lot of nice comments in here from everybody about everything that went down this week that they watched, which we truly appreciate. I do want, while I'm thinking about it, because Walt's in there with a super chat. Thank you, Walt, for that. For Steve, he said, "Love you, brother," and that's kind of that kind of sums up the whole week. That 3-word saying.
Yep. Yeah. I said that so many times this weekend because I really truly feel like everybody's family. And Walt, thank you so much, brother.
I do want the picture. I don't know if you or Zip have it. The close up of him screaming.
Oh, I got 2 of them.
Okay, I need you to text me that when we're at some point. I want that. I'm going to put that picture as my contact picture for Walt on my phone.
Dude, it was incredible. So Walt fulfilled his obligation, guys. And Walt, if you want to jump in here, buddy, you can. This is SportsNite. You can jump in with me anytime, anyways. But Walt fulfilled his promise to ride Tower of Terror. It was incredible. We got some really good still photos. But I also want to welcome in Paul McDonald, Alex Brenner. I think I said hi to you. Oops, it jumped again. So many people. I love you guys. Two Real Geeks. Nah, I'm not going to send the belt anywhere. It's going to stay here. If you were there and kept going, I would have probably kept going farther. So. But I drank just enough to get me over a gallon. I thought that was pretty good. We'll talk about that in a minute. Avery to Keep It American, what's up, buddy? And
Harvey into Disney's here. Rachel's here.
Yep.
Wow.
Erica's Insights. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, we have 53 people here listening to us talk about what we did this weekend. So, Pete, give us your impression of. First off, you did a fantastic job as a promoter, an interviewer, a moderator. I thought you did an incredible job. Brought a lot of life to the party. Pre-show and during the show. And I want to thank you for your efforts that you put in forth to this challenge as well, because there was a lot of work that went into this from a lot of different people, and you were definitely one of those people.
Well, I appreciate that, Steve. That means a lot. I had a good time with it. Disney's supposed to be fun, and when you're helping others, one of the key things I tried to come up with doing this show with Jeff, the sports show. I tried to come up with something at the end to say that kind of summed up the way I feel about this community. And I stand by the whole, the world's a better place when you put a smile on someone's face. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my montage that I'm using. And that's kind of, to me, was what that was all about. People were donating, giving their hardworking money to give to some that they don't know. They were really supporting all of the creators that we had there that were putting their time in. And, it was a blast. And the only problem I had was, thank you, Noah. Yeah, I did get to 100. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The only problem I had was I'm so used with the stuff that I did in the wrestling business over the years to get loud, take my octaves up. And every time I did, Josh would just give me a dirty look. So I had to keep, okay, you're right, Josh. Take it down. Take it down.
It was a little different scenario.
Yeah. And I know I said something to you real quick, but you were so Beverly drained there towards the end. You tried to come over when the security came over, when Disney security came over to us and approached us. You started coming to us. Yep. And I know you were doing the same thing. You wanted to protect everything. I kind of pushed you back. I didn't mean to. I didn't
notice.
No, okay. I just went into convince mode with the gentleman. And I think once I told him that we had an official person with our charity monitoring this whole event, that every dollar was going directly to them. And then he says to me, he goes, "Well, you think your guys are going to beat 23? I did 23."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I don't know. We'll try for it." He's like, I'll tell you this. He said, "You keep the walkway open and you keep it down. He goes, I'll leave you alone. I said, well, what happens if somebody else comes? He goes, if anybody complains, I'm the one they're going to call tonight. This is my sector area.
Yeah.
So it worked out good. So that's good. Steve, you got a super chat there.
Zip-de-doo-dad. Thank you so much, buddy. So technically speaking, before I, in case you guys didn't realize, I got an email today out of the blue that I had no idea that said I got monetized somehow. So I don't know if ads are working. Or I don't know how any of this works yet. But
congratulations.
Thank you. Shep from the Shep family was actually the first person to ever send me a donation through PayPal. And then Mouse Talk beat you by just a little bit, buddy. Mouse Talk got you tonight for the first super chat. So, but doesn't go unnoticed by any means. You're all going to be first in my heart. So that's all that matters. And he said, I want to be the first. Steve and Pete, love you guys. Two of the most generous, kind, and genuine people I've ever met. Can't thank you enough. Zip, thank you, buddy.
Love you, kid.
All we did was completely solidify the Brotherhood this weekend, and we'll talk about that. Also want to thank Ruby Princess G and Michelle the Quilter for being in here, and of course the Mickey Bunch. And Kelly is a fantastic person in her own right. I got to meet Kelly from the Mickey Bunch. There's I don't want to talk about all the meetups next. We're gonna do recaps on later this week, so I don't want to talk about all that, but I do appreciate it. But I will tell one recap story since Zip's here and the other person is here as well. So one of the things that Zip and I know Zip has really looked forward to it, and I didn't think it would ever happen, but not at least this trip anyways, is wanting to be walking down and people recognize us. And hey, Karen Cook, what's up? So we were sitting there. We went to look for JoJo. Guys, we made a lot of friends. We've been talking on YouTube. We've made a lot of friends through this, and we wanted to see some of these people. I mean, these are genuine friendships. You hear people like Corey Meets World, Prince Charming Dev. We are friends. We go to eat dinner with them, and we go to do these things with them. It's not just it's not like a celebrity versus a fan type thing. These guys are all friends of ours now, and we've been talking to them for a long time. Well, we were going to find JoJo, and we met Dev, and Dev stopped there and just talked to us. We took pictures with Dev and everything. And then there was a young lady there named Mackenzie, and she said, are you guys with this and that? We said, yes, we are. Me and Zip were the only two there at the time. The other guys hadn't made it yet. She said, my dad loves you guys. And I said, really? And that was the first time anybody had ever mentioned our names in process of somebody knowing something. So she FaceTimed him. He was eating dinner over at the Garden Grill, and she FaceTimed him, and the look on his face was kind of pretty epic for us. We were humbled by it. And it's Tracy G. Alex in the chat, guys. So we told him, we said, we'd love to meet you. We told him what we were doing. We went to the dessert party at the fireworks show. We said we'll be up on the stage. They have a little platform stage that they put you up on where everybody else can't come up to. I think there was only 23 of us up there. We were having a time of our lives up there, and we waited. And when the crowd completely cleared, Tracy walked up, and we had a conversation for around 20 or 30 minutes with him and his family. We were humbled by it. It was something that we were just blown away by, that somebody actually knew us and wanted to talk to us. And but yeah, that's who Tracy G. Alex is. That's the one story I wanted to share with everybody tonight. We'll talk about it later. But it happened a few other times beyond that. But that's a special memory when your first person you ever we don't know recognizes who we are and wants to see us. So extremely humbling, and it was just fun. It was so much fun. We did a lot of things this weekend that we wouldn't plan on doing in a year's time, let alone cramming everything into 3 or 4 or 5 days. So
yeah, I would hope that you boys get used to that, because I don't think that's going to be the last.
Well, as you saw with
the right path.
As you saw with the meetup with Mike Wheeler, I'm not sure we're ever going to get used to it. So
now, see, I can tell a story too. My story is that I did everything I could to embarrass Zip the whole week. Every time I was around, trying to yell and scream. We had stormtroopers come up to us, and I told them that Ray had taken off. Dev and I were together. I said, Ray just took off, and she's with Zippity Doodad. And the stormtrooper looked at us and said, we're getting him. And he took off. So it just, everything I love Zip. His reactions are priceless.
Oh yeah, for sure. Welcome in, Heidi. Thank you so much for being here. So we had a pretty good epic time, and it was all capped off. Well, first off, the Beverly Challenge was supposed to be today. It was supposed to be this morning at 10 o'clock from the Coke building. And then this thing called Hurricane Dorian decided to start spinning around in the ocean, and it turned around and started headed right for Orlando. And they told us that it was going to be here Monday, and we all flew out. I'm sorry, that I was going to make landfall Monday. That the bands would start hitting Sunday. Well, Dave was supposed to leave early Sunday. Shep and I were supposed to leave around 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening Sunday, and Zip was staying until Monday. So we turned around and went ahead and moved our flights to Saturday. We didn't want to get stranded. We had to get out of there. Thanks, Marshmallow Man. I appreciate that, buddy. And I would not let you down.
Marshmallow Man, I
There's
love
money on me to win the Beverly Challenge. So, and yes, we met Karen Cook. I met so many people. I don't want to talk about any of the recap stuff yet because we're going to do that later this week.
Yeah.
I just want to tell that one story with Tracy just because it was something special. So, but anyways, we turned around and I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Sorry.
You were moving flights because we knew it was coming.
So we had to move flights because it was coming. We put the entire Beverly Challenge in jeopardy. We actually even talked about going and doing one shot for all the competitors and saying, look, guys, we still need to raise the money for the kids. But, everything that could have possibly tried to hinder what we wanted to do.
Thank you, Rock and Robin. That's very nice of you.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Everything that we wanted to do was hindered in some way or fashion. We crammed 5 days of nonstop plans into 3 days and still got everything that we wanted to get accomplished on a higher level than we wanted to accomplish it. So, and what we wound up doing is we got with Josh and Jenna. We saw them streaming on Thursday. We met up with them. We kind of were hanging around with them at Galaxy's Edge and then over at the Food and Wine. And we talked to them and
We'll talk offline, buddy.
That's funny, Patrick. So we talked with Josh and Jenna, asked them to move it to Friday, if they would be willing to do it Friday, which is their flagship show. They do that every Friday. Graciously, they were going to a Halloween party. Graciously, without missing a beat, said yes, we will do it. No problems whatsoever. We went and talked to Shep and I went and talked to the guys over at the Club Cool and told them what we wanted to do. It was an emergency situation. We had to have. It was going to benefit Give Kids of the World. A member of Give Kids of the World was going to come on Saturday, but he couldn't because he had to fly out early as well. So he turned around and was in the chat all night giving updates and everything. And then we turned around and decided that we wanted to try to just do it in the building right outside of Club Cool because we couldn't do it inside Club Cool. There was no way. So we got there early, got a few tables set up. I don't know how many people were there. There had to be a couple hundred.
To 100 at one point.
What's that?
I'm saying at one point it was close to between 75 and 100 because you had the whole area there was covered with people. And
I know we wound up
to get in.
Well, we wound up surpassing that for sure because I did a quick count of I do this little thing where I count 10 people and go 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever. Okay. But we had people lined up all the way down the hallway. And then when the guest people were coming and stopping, like people that weren't even associated with us.
Right.
And there were people outside watching through the window. I thought it was pretty cool. So, but
it was amazing at one point to look over. And when we first started, it was like after the first shot, there must have been 20 cameras.
Yes. That was my favorite thing.
Unbelievable. And I wanted to get a camera to get a shot, but then something happened. I couldn't. That was the picture that I missed that I wish I would have gotten. That was crazy.
And Ruby just said it perfectly. That's exactly what we said as well. So Andrew says technically 2,000 people were there because it was a Resort TV One stream and they had 1,900 there and 100 in there. Everything does happen for a reason. I completely believe in that. We talked about that. Me and the other three guys talked about that 100%. Everything worked out to where it got moved to Josh and Jenna's flagship show. Everything worked out perfectly, and it couldn't have happened any better, in my opinion. And we're still going. It's still not closed. We're still running with it open for at least another week. Actually, they said they would keep it open until I close it. So, and then they will open up a new page for Give Kids the World that's dedicated just to Dis and That generally. Because we decided to make Dis and That. We decided to make Give Kids the World our charity of choice. So they're going to create a permanent page for us, but we wanted to have this challenge separate from that so we could tell, how much did we raise for this challenge in such a short time too, because we just started putting this thing together about 4 weeks ago. And then we got, we lost a week by dealing with trying to figure out which charity to go with and everything. So this all came together extremely fast. And I was worried that it was good, and I'll be honest with you, Give Kids the World told us, sometimes people try to raise money for them and they don't get near what they want to get in their goal. Sometimes people have fundraisers and they fall out. They don't even do them. So he was sending me messages all night telling me how amazing we were doing, and they could not be more thankful. And we'll get into numbers here in a little bit. But so we started off the show. Pete did an amazing job interviewing, absolutely amazing job interviewing people.
I'm still sticky from that Beverly all over me with DizneyDan.
Well, and Dan had to bow out of the competition because we moved it from Friday to Thursday. He was unavailable to partake in it because he had dinner plans and they couldn't move him. I still don't think – I think he would have been a good competitor. He himself said out of his mouth, nobody will ever get 30. And we're talking about the 4-ounce shots too, not the 2-ounce shots. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. We're talking about the 4-ounce shots. He said nobody would ever do 30 of those. And we'll let you know how well we did here in just a minute. So
thank you, Mike.
Yes. Yeah, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, Dan is the man, Noah, for sure. So what we did is we had 4 rounds ready. We thought that might have been enough to keep us going. It wasn't. I mean, they couldn't fill them up fast enough. And Marisol and her family, Our Disney Adventures, we could not have done this without them. I mean, they were incredible helping us. They had all the girls running and filling up Beverly for us. They had, she was just a spot on family, by the way, because I met them and they were so nice. So
amazing people.
Juan's intimidating because he's like 900 feet tall. Yeah. But Juan is one of the nicest guys I met too.
You will appreciate this comment. I was standing when we were at Galaxy's Edge at whatever that was Wednesday, thinking that we were going to have a chance to get in. And they walked up at one point and I looked over and I said, "Oh my God, it's El Gigante behind Steve."
Yeah.
If you remember him, because he is tall. He's every bit of. He's got to be 6'10".
He's got I would have guessed
4. And he was toppling over you.
I'm 6'3", but yeah, he made me look like a real short person. So I would venture to guess he's close to 7 foot for sure.
He's unbelievable. I mean, just a great family, just so open and just willing to help. And you can't say enough. I mean,
yeah. We could not have done it without them. They helped us so much. Josh was practically perfect. Park hopping was there helping keep time, trying to make sure that we were all drinking. We were supposed to drink the Beverly shots as long as we had them. So people in Club Cool are probably thinking about who would drink all that Beverly.
They got to be close to being out of Beverly today. I mean, we went through a lot.
Well, yeah, we'll get through some numbers. I'm going to go back and watch the stream to see exactly how many we went through for combined. And figure out the stats but I didn't have time to do it today because I'm not even unpacked. I don't know if I got in 12 hours ago and I'm not even unpacked. So it's been a rough day. It's been a long day. Yeah, one is awesome, Patrick. So we get going. We start off and we have 12 competitors that wound up competing, and we start doing shots. And if you guys need to go check it out on Resort TV One if you haven't seen it because it was incredible. We get all the way up to 10 and everybody's still in it, which impressed me because I honestly thought there were several that were going to drop out before they got to 10.
Just so you know, the reason Dave got the penalty shot was there was concern that they possibly passed his shot off to Dana for touring the Galaxy, snuck it out. When we went back and reviewed the videotape, I was wrong. Dave was ethical, should not have been penalized, but you know what? Things happen in sports.
So we can add 1 to his total. It doesn't matter. So it was their entire 10-year stash, he said, Andrew says. So anyways, we start going. Everybody got to 10. I was impressed. And you could start seeing after about 4, Dev, who I know you put at one point in time as your favorite, I think. At one he had the best odds at one point in time. You said, Dev's 6'4", weighs 225. I'm like, so?
You did say so. Actually,
he got through 4 and started feeling it really fast. I mean, there's even a shot. I think when he gets to 8, I think Bianca hands him a towel or something. I can't remember. I think it was Bianca, and I took it from him. And I just kind of dabbed his lips for him just because he was looking like he needed help. I was kind of being a little cocky at that point in
I
time.
didn't realize that him and Corey made a pact that they were going to stay together as long as they could.
Yeah, well, there's another pact nobody knows about. We're going to get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
So they did this whole thing. Zip said he was going to do 1 and he was going to be done. So I'm proud that Zip went farther. But Corey got to 10. They were going to quit. I said, Corey, dude, your record's 10. You got to do 1 more. And he did. He did 1 more.
He went to 11.
Him and Dev got 11, and then they went over and laid down on the. I know you saw the picture.
You gotta show that picture. That picture is unbelievable.
So they went over and laid down on the I don't even know where, next to the wall. And let me put it on myself real quick here. And this is the picture that was taken out of that. Lose together. # lose together. They were hurting really bad. So Dev and Corey went out after 11 shots. So it was really, really cool. It was just fun. It was a blast. So, and I did see some people there. First off, guys, we were rushed so much that I did miss some few things. Mike Wheeler, number 1, gave me a couple things to pass out to Dan and to Meg. I have those still. I'm going to mail them out to them both. And then Meg made for the challenge herself, which I had mentioned to everybody. And then I don't know, we didn't get it done at all. Megan made these nice white ears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send these around in the mail to have everybody sign them. And then we're going to auction these off for charity later.
That'll be awesome.
And cargo, we'll get to that story in a minute. I want to hold off on that for a minute. So then we wound up losing people along the way. I honestly don't remember. Hey, Tammy, what's up? I honestly don't remember the order they went out. And Joe Smith, what's up, buddy? I don't know the order they went out, but I know that people started dropping. I know Dale went out.
Interviews were awesome.
What's that?
Wait till you go back and watch the exit interviews.
I watched it all today. It was incredible.
They were great.
Yeah. And Rachel, I have Cargo's thing here as well to send out as well. So like I said, guys, it was just slammed and packed, and we just, we ran out of time because of the hurricane. So anyways, I know Dale wound up going out. I know Zip wound up going out. We get down to, I don't know, 15 or so shots. I think Josh went out.
Josh was almost the color of his shirt blue when he went out. He actually, here's the thing. I've never seen Josh. Hey, there's Disney World Adventures. Hey, guys.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
I've never seen Josh during a stream leave Jenna. Never. He's very protective of his sister. It's something I respect about him immensely. He values family so much, which is phenomenal. But I saw him literally just take off down the hall, and he was just gone. Even Jenna says, "Where is he?" I said, "I don't know." He just disappeared because he was so just overtaken by the Beverly.
Yes, and Rachel did say she would throw in a drawing of the winner's choice, and I'll get to that in a minute here, Rachel. But and what's up, Isaac, buddy? Thank you so much.
Isaac now.
And Raz, welcome in. Thank you very much for being here. So we get going, and Zip says it was Dale, Josh, and Zip all out at 12 then. So that took out almost half the field and left us with some. So we get down to it, and in the surprising move, about 15-ish, I think, Arjon's bowed out. And that's the one
out of nowhere and quite real sudden, boom, done.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was out. Somebody else said Arjon's is out. I said, no, he's not. I looked over and he said, I'm out. I went, wow, that one shocked me. I'm not gonna lie, that one shocked me. I thought he would go a lot farther.
Yeah.
So then that took it down. I think we had myself, Shep, Dave, John from Touring the Galaxy, Donna.
What was it? I think
maybe those 5. So that's the final 5 we get down to. And then the one person that I thought would be my competition above anybody else, Shep from the Shep family, said he started getting hurt, and he bowed out. And Scott, what's up, buddy? Thank you for being here. He bowed out. I couldn't believe it. Shep, right. He was my only competition that I saw. He was gone at about.
We're recapping the Beverly Challenge.
Yeah, sorry. So he wound up at about 20 shots, I think is where he finished, and he bowed out. So that left a few more of us. I know that we got down to Dave. Dave technically did 22, I think, and then he bowed out, but he had that extra shot, so he actually did 23 shots. So it came down to the final 3 of myself, John from Touring the Galaxy, and Donna Jaworski. I was feeling perfectly fine at this point in time with about 23 Beverly's in. I think you even asked me numerous times, how am I doing? I feel great, You
feel great. And you know what? I was standing right next to you, and I will tell you, his face did not look peaked. He was fine. And I actually thought to myself, oh God, this belt's going back to Indiana. I swear, I was like, it's coming back.
Yes, it is.
You know, because I didn't think John was gonna. I actually thought Donna would beat John, and that Donna was going
I'm
to give
surprised that he lasted as long as he did. I couldn't believe it. So, and real quick, Russ Stapleton, what's up, buddy? Thank you for being here. Christie's Corner,
Russ.
thank you for being here. Then we get down to about 23 shots, and we go to do 24. And as soon as we do 24, Donna goes, I'm not doing it. And she bowed out. I was like, Donna. She finished in third place, guys. Donna did a great job finishing third place. It hurt her, too, to do it. I don't want to go into details.
Her comment on I was watching Jenna and Dale stream tonight, and there's a lot of chatter about the Beverly Challenge, and they were still pushing the whole you can still go and donate. And actually, a couple people made notation that, hey, we just went over and did a donation, which is great. So we might have had some more people tonight that came in and helped, which is fantastic. But Donna goes, out of nowhere, they're just sitting there talking. She goes, hey, I just thought about something. I clean swept the women's division.
100%.
Yeah. So
I mean, she was respectable. It wasn't just like 1 or 2. It was respectable. She did 23 shots, I think.
Oh yeah.
And welcome in Disney Nerd Herders and T Marie Photography. Thank you guys so much for being here. So then we get to Relaxing Disney. Thank you. Welcome in. Cargo, what's up?
Cargo.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes. Cargo is one of those people that has been saying Steve would win since day one, along with I think Rachel did. And believe it or not,
Steve, you were down early enough to meet her, weren't you?
Yeah, I did meet Cargo. I want to go into that on a different day, though. What's up, Mike? Thank you for being here. So, hey, Cam, thank you for being here too. And we get into this down to the final 2 here with myself and John, and I honestly was pretty shocked. I was just kind of surprised that he was still there, and I'm still feeling really good. Of course, he's holding up his body with the table and everything. And I pretty much knew that this wasn't going to last long, and I'm not going to lie. I just knew. So we get into it. He does one more shot that puts him at 25, and I do it. I'm doing fine. And then I don't remember if it was at this point in time. I think it was at this point in time. He asked, "Can you keep going?" I said, "I'm fine, man. I can really keep going." I think I started doing jumping jacks to show him. That was the first mistake I made all night, because all it did was take all the carbonation and shake it up, and that didn't work. So, but I wasn't hurting yet. I still wasn't hurting or anything. It wasn't going to be bad. Is that a fire truck siren in the background I hear? Am I missing something? Because I don't hear anything.
You might have heard my lab snoring. I just woke him up.
Oh. So anyways, then he does 25. I'm at 25. And then we go to do 26. I think he did 26 as well. And then we do 27. He takes the belt from Preston, I think it is. He just looks at it, and then he handed it to me, and I shook his hand. That was it. But I didn't want to stop there because I wanted to.
You looked at me, you said, I'm going to keep going.
I'm going to keep going.
Like, what?
So I did, hey, Michael O'Brien, what's up? From Dublin, Ireland. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Ray J, what's up, buddy?
Wow.
There's 64 people in here watching us talk about drinking, Beverly. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. So we get in there, and I say I'm going to keep going. So I do 27, I do 28, 29, 30, 31. Then I make mistake number 2. And I decided I'm going to just start chugging them faster.
Yep.
I literally went 32, 33, 34, put it down. And
I saw you go,
that's the first time that I hurt myself. And if I wouldn't have done that, if I would have relieved the pressure, let it go the 1 minute between the breaks, I would have been perfectly fine. I think I honestly could have easily gotten to 40, maybe a few more. But so we get to go 35, and I say, I'm doing one more. I told you, I think I said, I'm just doing one more and I'm going to be done. Pete brings everybody in, all the competitors, to do one final toast. And I wait for them to get done. Then I picked up my last shot, drank it, turned the cup upside down, put it in the thing. And I said, I'm done. So when we did the math on this, and people can, the numbers we really need to go by are the ounces of Beverly that you drink, not the number of shots, because I went and talked to the people at Epcot about the shot glass, the commemorative shot glass, and they had it, and it was a 2-ounce cup. So when we talked about the record being 57 shots, if you do 57 at 2 ounces, and that's if they were full, that is 114 ounces. We did 4-ounce cups completely full, and I did 35 of them, which is 140 ounces. So
hold on, Steve. I want to jump in here, and I want to say, when he says completely full, there was every tray that they brought out, they were overflowing.
Yep.
And matter of fact, actually, when it was Dan went to take his first one to do that honorary one, just touched the cup and it was just flowing all over the place. So these weren't half full cups by any age.
These were 100% completely full cups, probably over 4 ounces because the 4 ounce cup is not 4 ounces to the brim; it's down. Right. So probably a little bit more of that, but we're gonna just go with 4 ounces because that's all we need. So I drank 140 ounces of Beverly. To equate that, it is 1.09 gallons of Beverly that I drink. I drank over a gallon of Beverly. So if you took a gallon of milk and imagine me in 30 minutes drinking it full of Beverly, that's how much I drank. And some of a next one. Hey, Rachel. And I saw somebody else come in here. I can't remember who it was. Let me see if I can
Ruby Princess G is in.
Yeah, Ruby Princess G.
Thank you. Stacy had some good comments. Yeah, Josh did his toasting shot and then did say, "Why did I do that?"
Yep.
So
yeah, they were definitely over 4. Andrew says, and yeah. So what Daniel actually, and that's what I'm getting at. So Daniel actually sent me a message, said, "How did the challenge go? Am I still the champ?" And I said, "Well, it depends on how you look at it." I said, "You did 57 2-ounce shots. I did 35 4-ounce shots. So by number of shots, you won, but I beat his record by 23 ounces or something like that. No, 26 ounces.
To me, that's what should matter.
That's what I'm counting by. So
you're talking about the quantitative amount.
Yeah. So Joe Pompoli says that's 8 pounds of liquid. That is correct. And a gallon weighs 8 pounds. If you put it in comparative 2 liters, like a 2 liter a pop, it was 4.32 liters. So 4.3 liters. So take 2 liters, 2 liters a pop, chug them, and then some out of another one. That's how much Beverly I drank. What was the official ruling on the laboratory rule? You couldn't leave. If you left, you were done.
Yeah, if you left or puked, you were done.
So I wanted to get to the number that I got to. Yes, we are. Everything I'm telling you is 100% serious.
Yes.
And yeah, I drink way too much. So, but I did it for kids. I wanted like I said, I wanted to get to 40 really bad, but I drank those 3 so fast that right after doing jumping jacks that it was just not going to happen. I will tell you that I suffered miserably, and it's through noon today from yesterday. Like I paid a serious price for drinking what I did. John did too. His lips were turning blue. I know Donna had some issues. It was definitely, yes. And this is going to be a yearly event. I may not partake next year. I may retire as an undefeated champ. I don't want to put my body through what I did this weekend. It definitely will not be. Yeah. It will definitely not be at night or during the last day of my trip. No way. So
one of the ideas that was kind of thrown out, which I thought was kind of good, was because there's a lot of people that still wanted to participate, do stuff for charity, but that whole Beverly thing put a hurting on a few people more than we want to talk about publicly, because there's a couple of our friends that were really in serious challenge.
But they all did it for the kids. So
they all did it for the kids. So one of the things that I brought up and it was kind of well received, and we got time to talk about it, plan it, was to do a miniature golf challenge.
I saw that. I
think that would be phenomenal if that could be unbelievable.
I would do that too, because I love miniature golf more than real golf. We actually, when I was in physics class, we built a miniature golf course. So based on angles, and we actually turned science and math into something cool. I think it's cool anyways. Nobody else.
That's awesome. But yeah, there's time for us to do it. And again, you and the DizneyDan team have been saying for weeks now that this isn't going to be the last time. You want to continue to help others. And again,
we like I said, we officially named the Give Kids the World our charity of choice. We fully intend of fulfilling that promise throughout the year. We have the next thing we have coming up will be an auction. We've made it known before that everything that you guys have seen us do with our props and everything else that we do, all of our costumes, we're going to all sign them, and then we're going to auction them off for charity for the kids somewhere around Christmas time. The auction will probably happen way before that, so that they can get the stuff for the kids for Christmas. But
the last time you guys were doing this and that, I screenshotted the shot of the for you, because I'm trying to figure out from Zip's office what I want that I'm going to buy on the auction that he's going to.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
That way I can put it right behind me on a shelf, as Zip can see it every week.
But so I mean, it was a great night, guys. We actually almost got shut down by security once, and because people were so into it and so proud of what we were doing, they're making so much commotion. The security was actually standing outside the building watching us, and then the manager came over, which we had already talked to them about doing it. They said as long as we kept the aisle clear and promotion down, we'd be fine. I made that quite clear to people. We got a little rowdy at one point in time. We had to keep them down, and then people
jumping in. That was people that weren't in the challenge that we didn't even know. General public.
Yeah.
Just jumping in. Yeah.
So, and again, Josh and Jenna did an amazing job. We appreciate them helping stream it. So as the night went on, we kept growing money. Respectfully, I would say I wanted at least $5,000 in donations. And knowing what we were giving as a DizneyDan crew, as well as with what we had, we were halfway there before the stream even started. So another 2,500 wouldn't have been that difficult, I don't think, anyways. We crossed over the $10,000 mark. So, and we're still going to go. We're still going to keep it open. So, because the fact that we didn't get it promoted on anybody else's stream, but we mentioned it once, I think, on DizneyDan, and then it was all Josh and Jenna from there on out promoting their people, their audience. They were just phenomenal, phenomenal people, and they brought in a lot of support, and we crossed over the $10,000 mark. So, it's going to, Zips just put in chat. I had a stranger walk by and give me $20 for the challenge before it even started. He said, what you guys are doing is great. He didn't want to stop and watch. He wanted to be anonymous, but he handed us a $20 bill and said, here's for donations for Give Kids World. So, and Jenna, and I saw Jenna and Dale, collected, I think there was one or two other ones cash. They turned around and put that into Give Kids the World. Their name came up on the list that I get. So they sent me a list, which is it's almost 300 names. 300 people donated a total of over $10,000, and it's not done yet either, because I know it doesn't have numerous people's donations. None of the DizneyDan crew, all four of us, we decided collectively to put in $500, $125 each. It didn't have any of ours on there, and it didn't have. I met another lady, and I can't remember her name. It's Marie. It's on Instagram, Marie Minnie, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
She was phenomenal. She donated $200 plus $1 for every person that direct messaged her saying they love Resort TV 1. So that number is not going to be known yet. So we don't even know where that's at. So you add all that stuff in there too. It's going to be even better. So, but yes, we raised over $10,000 for Give Kids the World, and I could not be happier.
What was the other secret partnership that wasn't known?
Okay, so what people don't know is, you see my belt back here, right? Well, what people don't know
there it is
that there is a second belt that exists. And the minute everybody else went out, we didn't care if it was 10, 15, or 20, Shep and I were going to become tag team champions of the world, of the Beverly Championship World. He couldn't make it, unfortunately, but we were going to bow out together when one of us got it hurt or one of us didn't want to do anymore. If we were both winning, one of us was going to win. And
he pulled a Pat Patterson and bowed out.
He couldn't do it. He was hurting. So I was so proud of him for getting to 20. But yes, we were going to become tag team Beverly champions of the world, and we were going to stop together and call. Even if I obviously was going to do a lot more than he was, but I would have stopped where we were at, and just to be and give. I wouldn't have cared about the record or anything, just to pull off a stunt to be tag team champions. So we talked about that. Kid you not
about that.
What's that?
So there's another note about that. So you shared that with me yesterday.
Yes.
Late, and I didn't say anything to anybody. I kept it to myself, except for I did tell one person.
Who's that?
I told Preston about it.
Okay.
Preston wanted to go into your bag and hijack the other belt.
Oh.
And bring it back here and send you a video of this is how I roll. And I wouldn't let him. I was like, no, you can't do that.
So I met Mr. Preston McDevitt, and I'll be honest with you. The first thing I see from this kid, you guys know I love this kid. I think he's great. I love the banter that goes around between us. The first thing I see this kid walk up, he meets us at Tower of Terror when you guys met us.
Yep.
He's wearing a button, and it is I haven't unpacked everything yet. It might be, I may still be in the other room, but he's wearing a button that says "I'm celebrating." It's one of those "I'm celebrating" buttons, and it says "I'm celebrating Steve's World."
And
and
Mickey cursive, which was
yeah,
cool.
and Mickey cursive, and it like I was just so humbled by that kid put that on there, and then he wanted, after it was over, he wanted me to have the button so that I could keep it and take it home, and it meant the world to me. So, and that kid never once thought about himself. Gave up riding rides, gave up a lot of stuff of his vacation just to be with us, to be able to talk to us. He's an incredible kid. You've done a very good job with him.
Thank you. He, it was interesting. He was very proud to come home and tell my wife, "Mom, I closed 4 bars."
Yeah,
You closed 4 bars. You closed 3 bars, and he was like, he didn't really know how to say tequila. He was tequila. He was saying tequila. He sounded like Zip a little bit. He was like, I had a tequila bar, and I went to the top of the world, and I closed that bar. And then the first night I sat at a bar, and my wife looked at me and she said, "Did you go to Disney or did you go to the park?" I said, "Well, we did both." But no, he had a great time, and Steve knows this. I mean, I'll share a little bit too as he's talking about that. You get humbled as a parent when certain things happen in your life that you are proud of. And on Friday or Thursday night, we did the challenge on Friday morning, or Friday evening. So Thursday, when we agreed we were changing all this, we were at Epcot when we got all this together with you guys and Josh. And I was talking to him, and I start changing plans. We had dinner plans that I was trying to make happen, and we had rides that we hadn't done that I was canceling fast passes because of the timing of everything. And at one point, he just says to me, "You know what? I don't care, Dad. I just want to hang out with those guys." That's what he wanted to do his last 2 days, was this and that guys, to be with Dev. I can't say enough about Dev. I mean, I spent the whole week with Dev, either him picking me up or me picking him up. And we've been great friends for a while. And it was just great to see my son in that atmosphere. And everybody he met treated him extremely nice. So I thank the community too.
Yep. Zip says he gave up a seat to ride with Dev so that PJ could ride with him instead.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And I saw.
I'll tell you what. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Here's the coolest thing. You brought up Zip, and I'm glad you're in here listening, bud. I was going to call you about this tomorrow. During the Beverly Challenge, when PJ and Nicole got there, I know you didn't see it because you were doing your drinks. Preston went over and saw PJ. They high-fived each other and jumped in the air. And I went nuts. Personally, I didn't jump up and down, just inside. When you see something like that, 2 kids that come together, totally different from totally different areas, Boston and Maryland. But because of what we've done here, they're high-fiving each other. They hung out till the end of the thing together, sitting over there behind, cheering everything on. I thought that was awesome.
Yep.
Can't put a price on that.
Absolutely. Welcome in Dave C as well. Mickey Sightings, thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Stacy. Stacy posted the link. It's Lake Buena Visitors. Everybody that goes to that site and sends a direct message to them and says they love Resort TV 1, she's the one. Her name is Miss Marie Minnie, I think, Maria Minnie. But awesome. Lake Buena Visitors, she posted the site there. That is where you go send a direct message to her, and she'll add $1 for every direct message she gets that says people love Resort TV 1. And then
remember, she didn't really know you guys.
She didn't have any clue who I was, or Shep, or any of us. No, and I was walking. What's that?
She's friends with Jenna.
Yep.
And she 100%. Came over and then heard about what they were doing and said, "I want to help," and jumped in, not both feet. Unbelievable.
Yeah. She instantly came over. Which when I meet people I know, I hug them. When I meet people I don't know, I just give handshakes. And I went to shake her hand. She goes, "Oh no, you get a hug too." So she reached out and hugged us both for what we were doing, for what we had helped to put this all together. And what's that?
I was saying goodnight to Christy. It looks like she's
Good night, Christy. Minnie Maria Mouse is on Instagram, is what her name is. Minnie Maria Mouse. So, but Stacy also posted the Give Kids the World link. That'll still be open for now. I knew her husband was a professional soccer player. She's a sports reporter. Am I talking about 2 different people? Because I was under the impression they were the same people. Because if that's the case, then there's 2 people that one of them I don't know.
Zip. I have to go watch Stacy on TV. Have a good night.
It's his last night. Love you, buddy. It says, it's Stacy. Not our Stacy, not Stacy Rogers. There's another Stacy on Disney.
Clarify that real quick.
But if you guys can, we're leaving the site open because we would like to keep going. We would like to see how much more we can continue to grow. But if you can, the link will be open for at least another week till this week, next weekend, next Sunday at least, and then we'll see where we're at, and we'll make that an official total, and then they'll convert that into the Beverly Challenge earnings, and then they'll create us our own page just to have a general page for them to give anytime anybody wants to donate. So, but yeah, you guys have been incredible. Everybody that opened up their wallets or helped in any way, whether it be sharing out the link, telling their friends about it. I know that some people, LSU mom was going around collecting money from her friends and family just to do a collective donation. It was just incredible. DizneyDan and all of your support team did such a wonderful job last night. Ronnie Talbot, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that. A Patch of Heaven Farm, hello. Thank you for being here. Joe Pompley, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I knew her husband. I knew Marie's husband was a soccer player for sure. Yeah, and it started Stacy. I only asked if I should bring a fan. That started a whole conversation a long time ago. You need to go back and watch this and that to understand what we're talking about.
You bet. I would advise you to talk about a shirt before you lose that belt.
Yeah. And real quick, Rachel, that's completely understandable. We know some people financially cannot help.
Yeah,
we understand that. There will be other opportunities down in the road to help out and give kids the world. Whether it even, like you said, if you do a drawing or something, we auction off a drawing. That kind of stuff down the road, even if you can't do it financially, there's other ways to help, and that's sharing out the streams, things like that, and your support. So that makes it great. I mean, it just helps. And then Stacy said, Mini Maria Mouse is her own Instagram, and then together with her husband is Lake Buena Visitor. So they are the same people. I think her husband's name is Chris, by the way. And then Maria's from Philadelphia, and they're big Eagles fans. Oh, I'm sorry. That's sad is what I would say. Yeah, church in the morning. Good night, Mike. Mickey Sightings. Thanks so much. And Karen Cook's out too. Oh, yep. Yeah, Karen's out, which we'll get to. I met Karen, and she had something for all of us guys too that just was awesome, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah, everybody that is leaving, thank you for being here. Pam, the link and Stacy is posting. Would you mind sending that one to me on Instagram? Yeah, if somebody could send that to Mike's Instagram, it helps him out a little easier. All right, so yeah, that's where we stand, guys. So we had an epic night. We had. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I've not had any children born yet, so this last night was one of the greatest moments, maybe the greatest night of my life, to experience what we experienced the whole day, which I'm not going to go into too much of it because we got other things coming out. But during the day and then going to do the challenge at night, getting to go to the top of the world with some of my greatest friends, the whole entire day was so emotional for me. And knowing that we were leaving the next morning, it was just crazy. And Arvang, I did not get it signed by everybody, but I should have for sure. So basically, that's one of the things I was going to tell you about now that I've told it. So the other part of this was Cargo's the only other person that knew. Cargo, I did lie. Cargo did know about the two belts thing because she made me 2 shirts. So this one here, this gray one, she made with these, it's got the bubbly Mickey letters. It says Beverly 2019. She knew about it because if Shep made it, she was going to make him. She made another shirt for us as well that says the same thing, Beverly 2019. So this I'm sending to John for finishing second place. And I forgot to give it to him while I was there. It was so much going on. I forgot to give it to him. So but I should have gotten my shirt signed. I didn't even think about it.
There was so much going on, though. I mean, it was controlled chaos, I think is the best way to put it at certain points.
And for sure. And Andrew says, remind me again where Frank Wright came from. Yeah, he left Philadelphia because why? I don't know why, but he wasn't our first choice, if you remember that as well. So he was the last choice because we were down to like 8 days away from the start of the season and our coach backed out. So
yes, that was a crazy year.
Now I will say this. I do love Frank Wright. Don't get me wrong, but that's we'll see how well he does without a quarterback. Perfectly Cat, what's up? Thank you for being here. Perfectly Cat, I met her too. She is as bubbly and nice of a person as you will ever meet.
Ruby Princess, great comment there. So my friend John from Touring the Galaxy may not have gotten the belt, but I called his wife that night. I donated another 100 for him getting second. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Look, John, I met John and Lauren and is it Laura, John, Dana, and Laura. They're incredible people as well. And John surprised me. I honestly did not think John would get there. So they came in talking about how they can do a lot of Beverly. Dana actually did 15 Beverly that day earlier himself, he said. So it was good to see him come in second. So we needed a dark horse underdog to,
And Cargo, no, I'm not surprised that you knew. Cargo's a double agent. She's Cargo 620 when I talked to her.
Yeah, and so I did see in Mike posted in there the hurricane's still 150 miles out. So we would have been fine if we would have came back the way we were supposed to, but we didn't want to take that chance. The other thing of that is that it now has been projected to shift, and South Carolina is now the path of the hurricane, from what I understand, and they have declared a state of emergency today. So
I think we're going to get the aftermath of it on like Friday.
Yeah. So it'll. Up in Maryland.
Yep.
So there's our Disney adventures. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for being here. Again, guys, that is without their family, we could not have done near as well with the challenges as we did. So thanks again to our Disney adventures for all their help. And Goofy Loves Disney, Nagy, thank you so much for being here. Orlando leaving the airport closing. So
Juan, we can't say enough about the class of your family, and
yes,
it's just unbelievable. My hat's off to you.
Yeah, you guys, you and Marisol have really quite the family there. You guys are incredible people. Actually, we hung out with them for the non-soft opening of the GE that they should have had the night before. We were out in the streets for hours. Like, we were there for 7 hours with just nothing but the sun beating down on us. And, it was every day we'd wake up and say, the weatherman would say, hey, it's going to be between like 84 and 87 degrees a day. Every day it was 96 degrees every single day.
With 100% humidity. With
100% humidity, no shade whatsoever. And that's one of the things that D23 had mentioned, that they listed to two things. They said basically they wanted more IP in the parks. I know some people don't agree with that. I do. I want more IP. And then the other thing is shade in the parks. And they said they're going to revamp everything to add more shade. And I'll tell you what, it made us sick. I had a terrible time at Galaxy's Edge. I'm not going to lie to you. I was miserable. Did not like it. It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. We'll talk about that later. But I was not. We went 0 sleep, and I was in the sun all day, and it was not good. So, Juan and his family are definitely good people for sure. But that's we've been going for 56 minutes. Sports Night's usually an hour, and that's pretty much the Beverly Challenge. That's really realistically all I had. I did hear Jen, I think, say at one point in time that the hashtag Beverly Challenge was trending.
Yes.
So that was incredible. And Alex Downs, what's up, buddy?
Talk about Sports Night. Oregon's trying to give this game away.
Are you serious?
It's now 21-20. Auburn come back, and now Auburn's got the ball midfield, and 58 left, and they're still trying to work it.
Okay, Cargo says, Steve, I think your next stream should be, we'll talk about it later. So, Cargo, the Dis and That crew, we are doing a recap stream on Wednesday. It'll be on Zippity Doodad's channel at 9:00, and where we're going to talk about everything. That's where we're not going to divulge any information until then, because we want to talk about it together. But all I can tell you is that the four of us met so many great people, and just within our own four, you guys thought we had a bromance and a brotherhood before. It's 10 times as strong as it ever was. So with all of us, we had such a great time. We genuinely care about these people, each other.
We broke bread a lot this week.
Oh my gosh, yes, for sure.
When you break bread with people, that to me, that's always something where you actually say you matter. Because you don't sit down at a table to have, discussions of like you said, a fan and a thing. It's truly what it is. You don't get you don't have people ask you to come up to the top of the world with you and spend time with you privately and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then Alex Downs come in. Thank you very much. I'm doing fantastic, buddy. Now, I still haven't had a lot of sleep. When I go to sleep tonight, don't expect me up early. And I understand, Cargo, no problem. The Stacey Rogers says, since Shep isn't streaming tonight, I have to go to the midnight hour, his normal midnight hour. If we can think of something to talk about that does not involve giving away anything from our trip, I will do it. If anyone ever down at the Bromance, the stream from Jelly Rolls is all they need to watch. So the Jelly Roll stream is private now, not because of anything that went on or anything that was bad. It's just that was an atmosphere that I'm not sure I want that some people would understand. But what Jelly Rolls was incredible. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday. That, like I said, was the Beverly Challenge was probably the greatest night of my life. The Jelly Rolls night was probably the second greatest. I could not be happier. And yes, myself and David from Brandy and Dave and Shep from the Shep family have all made it home, and they're fantastic. Everybody's safe. Zip's
still got some people down there, but obviously Zip's down there. Myers is still down there. They both tomorrow. What are you laughing at?
Cargo just asked me if I've done my 1,000 sub giveaway. So when I left for Florida, I had just hit 1,300. I said, hey, I'm going to do my giveaway when I get to 1,300 because Zip posted his giveaway at the same time, and I didn't want to run ours concurrently. So I was going to wait till I do 1,300. I was going to film it when I got back. Well, I hit 1,400 now while I was down at Disney World. So now my 1,000/1,400 giveaway will be coming out. You know what? I'm going to make an effort to do that tomorrow. I've got to do it tomorrow.
The one thing we can talk about is it was kind of ridiculous that there was so many people going live. Yeah. It was almost to the point where you couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah. Well, and see, we all had it worked out to where we wouldn't step on each other's toes when we were streaming, except one time when we were waiting for a soft opening, we decided to all go live at the same time. And all four of us had a camera pointed at each other, and we were all streaming at the same exact time. And then there were some other people that were coming around, streaming around us too. But all four of us had an incredible time. Like I said, not one time did we ever get mad at each other. Not one time did we, doubt any intentions from each other. It was all like it flew, just like we do the show. We don't plan it out. We don't do anything. We had plans. Don't get me wrong. We had plans. We changed plans. I gave up 2 Flight of Passage fast passes to be with my guys. And that says a lot for me because that's my favorite ride.
No, we got stuck on there.
Do what?
We got stuck on there on Flight of Passage.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah. That's not really a trip recap, so I guess I can talk about it because not everyone was there. But Shep had his first ride, which he'll talk about on Flight of Passage. But we got on the ride and it got stuck. And he was like, "Come on, you got to be kidding me!" He was anxious because it was our second to last day, anyways. And then they moved us off. After about 10 minutes, we were stuck in the restraints.
It was more than that. It was like 15, and Dev crying through the whole thing.
Yeah, he was. So, but then they removed the restraints. We walked us outside to the main loading area again. And then they put us in a different room. We had to go through the whole process. But again, totally worth it. Best ride on property easily. So, yeah, it was fun. And then I saw somebody put in here. I think it was Stacy said, "I cannot thank you enough for streaming Jelly Rolls. That was amazing." So we haven't watched it right back yet, but it was something fun. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday as well. I was hopping back and forth and saying so and so sent me over because of whatever came off the top of my head. Mike. Mike's a great guy. We met Mike too. That'll be more coming on Wednesday for that as well.
Absolutely.
One thing I do want to say though, one thing that was really special to me is the stream that put me. First off, the guys collectively decided on without even missing a beat on last Wednesday's stream. Before we went, they said they wanted me to stream Galaxy's Edge to help my hours and things like that. Which we were getting really close anyways up to that point. And I couldn't have been happier, but we streamed that stream. That was the best stream we had numbers wise. And what we did is, well, I'm not going to go into what we did. We'll find out later, but we did have, when the night ended, as soon as we ended it, we had over 1,100 views on that stream. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. Not at one time, obviously, but 1,100 views on that stream. So that was pretty cool. And
I told you my story about that, right?
I don't know. Did you? I probably did. I've had a lot of stories going in and out.
You did. And it might've been when you were partially comatose. So I was laying in bed we went home after Galaxy's Edge and took a nap because I knew Preston wasn't going 2 a.m. until after midnight at Epcot. So we went back, took a nap, and I'm laying in bed. My phone starts buzzing. I look over at it, and I see it's the name of my daughter's travel basketball coach, who we hadn't talked to him in a couple of weeks. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, all right, he probably wants, workouts and training. And he goes, I look at it, and he goes, so I'm planning a trip to Disney in 2 weeks. I said this morning at work, let me go on and see if anybody is live streaming Galaxy's Edge. See the new opening.
Yeah.
He goes, at 5 a.m, I turn on my phone, and there's your head. I got a good kick out of that, that somebody who wasn't even thinking about it. And he found Resort TV 1 simply by just Googling Galaxy's Edge live stream, and that's what came up. So it was kind of funny, when you hear stories, hear stuff like that. So, it's all good.
Sorry, you got me eating a cookie.
Yeah. I can tell one story from the water bottle story with Zip. I still love this. So we're getting over the guys are already over there. They've been in line. They've been up, all night. Oh my God, Auburn, are you kidding me? They just scored a touchdown, Steve, with seconds on the clock.
What's the score?
9 seconds on the clock. They just went up 26-21.
Auburn's beating Oregon?
Yep. Unbelievable. That's going to kill me tonight. All right. Anyway, I didn't call that one. Oregon was winning. They were manhandling them the full first half.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're on our way over. It's me, Devin, Preston in our car, and those guys are all over there with Triple P, perfectly parked. I forget how Josh's thing goes, and I apologize.
Practically perfect park hopping.
Practically perfect park hopping. There's the maple cookies.
Those Carter gave me those, and I was supposed to share with the other guys, but they didn't want them.
I didn't want them. So I call Zip. I'm like, we're on our way over. He's like, I'm dying. I need water. I need water bad. And I'm like, all right. He's like, matter of fact, get everybody water and Steve a chocolate milk. And I'm like, okay, I got you.
I wanted a chocolate milk.
So we're literally almost pulling in to our parking, and I do this crazy turn to get into the lot. We run into the speedway right there. I'm buying all these waters, and it's a great big giant thing of water. It's a huge liter bottles, and I got 8 of them, and they're falling apart in the bags. We get out, we park over there at Boardwalk. We're starting to walk in, and Zip calls Dev and says, "Hey, we got a problem. They're moving us. You guys got to catch up." Dev literally grabs all of the bottles out of my arm and Preston's arm and takes off running. And Preston and I'm literally dragging him, trying to keep up. So we're going, and then Zip calls back, and he's like, we're almost up near the front. He goes, drop the water, go. Drop it and leave it, go. And Dev looks at me, he's like, I'm not dropping this water. We carried it all this daggone way. So it was just funny, Zip. I love his personality. But we did get up there. We had all the water. When I got there, everybody was really happy that we did because they definitely could use it with sitting in line all that time. But
sure.
It was funny stuff, Zip. Drop it and go. Drop the water.
We had guys, just like on our streams when we come up with this stuff, everything was like ad lib the entire week. It was that kind of stuff that make memories that some of those things you'll hear through stories, but a lot of you guys won't even know what we went through, some of the stuff. And again, trying to cram everything into 3 days that we had planned for 5. And I'm not just talking about riding rides, because we rode a very, very limited number of rides. Everything else was more important to us, and we wouldn't have had it any other way. So
I can tell you, for my 4 days, Steve, and 12 years of going to Disney, this is the least amount of rides I ever rode.
Yeah,
ever.
For me too. And I was there for extra days this time. I was there for 11 days. So if you can, the rides I rode across the entire spectrum of things.
Thank you, Stacy.
Didn't even equal my shorter trips. And I want to thank Detroit Disney Duo, Charlotte Passauer, and Keystone 76 ARJ. Welcome into the stream. Thank you guys very much. But yeah, so it was just a great time. And I mean, I can't even talk about it. That's why I want to talk about it, but I'm not going to.
We got 56 people in here, Steve, and that's pretty awesome.
Yep. Just
sitting here talking about a Beverly recap. All of you guys, I can tell you I will be tuned in next Wednesday night. I know most of what they're going to talk about, a majority of it. I was there for it, and I can't wait to hear the recap and just laugh again because that's what's all about. You don't want to miss it. And if you're not subbed to Steve, his World, Zippy Doodad, Brandy and Dave, I'd be shocked. And of course, the Shep family. If you're not, you're missing out. It's just the the hilarity that comes out of it is it's spontaneous, and it's fun. Today, before that Zip posted on his Instagram that little rapping cast member that he found. I'm getting off the plane. I'm trying to get off the plane, and my phone's going nuts. Right? And I'm like, what is it? And I lifted it and I hit it. It's that cast member's face, and I hit it, and I'm watching it. I'm literally in tears as I'm walking. So I call Patrick, and I'm like, dude. And I'm still laughing as I'm talking to him. And then he's telling me he's giving me the play-by-play of what the guy did and how he had balloons and how he was rapping. It's just, the spontaneity is just great. So did you read what I said when I posted your link? Stacey, let me jump back up. Oh, great. You're promoting Preston. Thank you, Stacey. Did you hear that story? Did I tell you that story? Stacey knows.
I don't know.
Well, this is a Kelly Myers and the Mouse story. Okay. So Kelly is, doing the co-hosting with me on our NFL Live show Thursday nights, right? Which I'm excited to do with him and Dole with that. So Kelly's this week, he's just going crazy trying to get his hours in down there. So every time I tune in, he's talking about, our show and everything he's doing. And I said to him, hey, I'm close to 100 now. Josh, got me up there by putting my name out there. And I said, I'm pretty pumped up about it. He's like, okay, good. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. So we're walking out of Epcot. Kelly's at doing magic at the end. And Preston just says hello as we're walking. And all of a sudden I hear on the stream, you got to go to Preston McDevitt. You got to sub Preston, literally for 5 minutes. Right. So I let it go. I was like, okay, Kel, we're promoting Preston. So I jump into the stream like 10 minutes later, right before we're getting ready to go to bed, and telling him, hey, good night. Great job tonight. You know what he says? He goes, oh, this is great. And while you guys are at it, make sure you're subbing Preston. And I literally said to him, Kelly, I said, for the love of God, can you help me get to 100 before my kid? And he started laughing. It was just all good fun. It's just Kelly's a good man. He was trying to help Preston. But it was funny between us. So Stacey Rogers, actually, I meant the comment above your link. I'm sorry, mister. What does it say? This one, why do I picture Pete running with Preston behind him like a kite trying to – Well, actually, I will say this. My son has the one gear that I don't have. He has speed, and Preston was outrunning me. I was the 50-year-old guy chasing Dev and Preston trying to get there and just praying that I made it all the way there because I didn't want everybody going in because, I knew it would be a challenge. It's kind of like, Mouse Talk is your partner here. One of the funniest things that I saw the whole weekend.
Let me find that real quick too.
Well, hold on. It's not the one you're thinking. You got to find that, but here's the even better one. So we're standing there. It's to go into Galaxy's Edge, waiting for them to open. And it's the DizneyDan crew. It's Practically Perfect Park Hopping. It's Jenna and Dale. It's Dev, and it's Myers and the Mouse. No, he wasn't there. It was Mouse Talk, Kelly. So Kelly, Walt. We're sitting there talking, right? Walt and I are talking about some baseball and other stuff, and they're like 2 minutes from letting us all through. And Walt turns to me and goes, "Listen, if we get busted up, don't worry about me.
Yeah,
you guys are all together." He goes, I'll go and do my own thing. I'm good with that. I like doing that. And I go, okay. So the gates literally opened, and Zip turned to me and said, well, where are we all going? And I said, I don't know. And I literally turned to my right and went, Walt. He was gone. He was gone that quick.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do.
He did Batman at the bat signal to me. He was in and he was gone. It was I turned to Zip. I said, I'm done. I'm done already. 2 a.m. I'm done.
He went to the single rider line like instantly. And
yeah.
When I got to the line, and we were one of the first couple hundred in, when I got to the line, he turned around and said, I've already been on it. So he said it was incredible.
Yeah, I do. I remember we were standing right there behind the Falcon on that.
Yep, exactly where we were, right behind the Falcon.
Yeah. Thanks for jumping in.
I'm looking for that picture real quick because the one Zip took was there. It is. This is priceless. So, but Walt said he would be upset on Tower of Terror. Let me go ahead and give him. Hey, Jenna, what's up? Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Jenna Resort TV1 for some reason. If you guys have never heard of them, somehow,
you're in a cave.
You're in a cave living under a rock somewhere. But Jenna and Dale and Josh and all those guys over there, incredible people. They really helped push what we did last night. So everybody, please thank Jenna and for their efforts. Without them,
and how strong was Dale in the stream tonight? Dale was just strong.
Yeah, Dale was extreme. Dale did a lot of the streaming on the Epcot or the Illuminations cruise. That was awesome.
He was really good.
And welcome in Lori Finch or French.
He deserves he tomorrow to take him out, treat him nice, and take him to Passages of Flight and let him enjoy it.
Passages of Flight. I love Dale so much.
He's great. I had the best time walking around with him last night.
Well, then I walked into the top of the world. I come around this corner and they had this massive booth. I mean, it's got curtains and everything else in it, and just Dale sitting right in the middle of this big, huge open room, holding it for us. He was awesome. But here's the picture for Walt. Okay, so Walt fulfilled his 1,500 subscriber giveaway, and this was the end result.
That's the one I want.
So there it is. There we
go. That is phenomenal.
There is Walt, and that was what he looked like riding Tower of Terror.
And when he did it, here's the thing: Walt's trying to grab the bars to hold on to, and Steve is blocking the bar, so Walt can't grab on. That was great.
Next to you, there's a handle down there, which I've never seen before, by the way. I just happened to find them for the first time. There's a handle down beside your seat you can hold on to, so when you go up and everything. But there's only one between every chair, so I made sure that he didn't have it.
That was great. The Dale killed me because I asked him, we're looking for fans to come on our show to talk during the games, and Dale's a huge Bears fan. So I said, hey, next Thursday, Bears, Green Bay, can you come on with us for a few minutes? He looks at me straight face. He goes, during the game? I said, yeah, we want you to come on during the game. He goes, during the game. And I said, how about halftime? He goes, I'll give you 2 minutes.
And Prince Charming Dev, welcome in, buddy.
Dev.
What an epic weekend we had. And yeah, dude, you're amazing. Thank you so much for being there and helping with what you did. And I showed Corey's Instagram picture, the hashtag lose together or whatever it said after the Beverly challenge. You guys did well, man. I was impressed. Who
got that picture? Who took it?
Corey did. Well, I don't know who took it. Corey posted it, so it must have been maybe Stephanie.
You had just done a shot, and Jenna whacked me, and she pointed over there, and I looked over. Those two were on the floor.
Yeah,
and I wanted to take the microphone over, but I couldn't get over. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, they were. Look, outside of the Beverly challenge and everything else like that. Corey, I hung out with Corey so much. For me, that's like starstruck basically. And he had a great time with Shep out in D23. Then he came and stayed with us, and we had an absolute blast for days. And I couldn't believe it. It was just so much fun. And then, like I said, we ran into Dev at Hollywood Studios, and then we saw him. We met up with him, talked with him all week. Two really huge YouTube streams. And Josh and Jenna, Resort TV 1, these are people that I put on a pedestal, and they wanted to hang out with us, and it was fun. I was humbled and honored to be able to call them friends. So it was good. Yeah, you and Corey win or lose together. So Dev, one thing I did say earlier that I didn't tell everybody else, but I went ahead and mentioned on stream, is I don't know if you noticed back here, but there are 2 belts back here. And that is because since day one, when we started doing this, Shep and I had this plan to we were going to outlast everybody else. And once we got to a point where we were starting to hurt, we were going to be tag team Beverly champions of the world. And he couldn't make it past 2 more competitors, unfortunately. So if he would have lasted, I didn't care about the record or anything like that at that point in time. We were just, was really hoping I could have snuck over to my bag, pulled out a second belt, and we could have been tag team champions of the world and ended it that way. But he didn't make it, unfortunately. So he got close, but he didn't make it.
Still pretty amazing all the way through.
It was. So
some of the interviews were really good. John's was hysterical.
Yeah, John's is always hysterical. So yeah, him and Donna and Samantha are the nicest people I've ever met. I mean, I knew they were nice, but my God, they would drive me around anywhere I needed to go. In the middle of the night, they didn't care. They took all of us out one night. I think it was me and Zip. Maybe just me and Zip. I don't know. With the rest of them, they took us to Walmart for me to buy a game after I hung out with Corey Fiasco all day, because I didn't find out that we played the same game and I didn't have the updated version, so I went out looking for it and I needed some scissors and some other things. But so they they were so nice. They just let you do. I can't even explain it. I'm gonna wait till Wednesday.
I think it's just all the people, the core people in this community. Last night I was getting ready to get an Uber to our car, and Dale's like, "Hey, no, we'll give you a ride."
Yeah,
and that's just it's just.
It's like they don't miss a beat. They don't miss a beat, and they think about everybody else besides themselves. So yeah, that whole group of people was just stunning to me. And then for me to be able to call them friends and like actually sit and have real conversations and eat dinner with them and have fun. It was mind blowing and humbling experience for me. So
I sat back last night when we were at Top of the World, right before Josh left, when he walked in and was talking for a second, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm seeing Shep, and I'm seeing you, and then Josh from Triple P, and then Jenna and Dale, and then Josh from RTV1, and then Dave right to my right. And I'm thinking, there's so much talent in this room for what this community is. So much talent, it's just ridiculous.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
I mean, I'm not including ourselves in that, but I made a comment.
Thinking it.
I made a comment, and I think Zip's already somebody's already posted the meetup with Mike Wheeler, but we'll talk about it on Wednesday. But I made a comment that said, "We're just four dumb guys on the internet. Why do people think we make a difference?" And I still don't understand why. I have no idea why.
Right.
Never will. But we're just four normal, ordinary people that decided to hang out one night and hit the live button. And 14 weeks later, we're at this. So,
well, and you know what? Here, my thing is, for me, I mean, Dev was one of the first people I met in this community, years ago, and when he was, still way down on the subs and everything. And over time, we built a relationship. When I said I was celebrating my 50th, he pretty much dropped his whole week, pretty much, and was with us, doing it, going around, taking care of Preston. I mean, he took Preston and did rides with him and did different stuff. And I just couldn't be more, I get a little shook up by it. I couldn't be more humbled at the fact for me, when I look at it, I think, hey, 2/3 of my life is gone, at 50. You got to look at 75 as an average lifespan nowadays. You hope you live a little longer. I hope that I'm somewhere 90 years old being wheeled in by a nurse drooling, being able to do something, but we'll see if I get to that far. But the time on this earth is so limited that every minute's precious.
Yes,
and you
for sure.
Spend it with those people that matter to you. And I couldn't, for me, I know I said it to you personally, Steve. I couldn't think of a better way for my 50th birthday than the time that I spent in Disney with people that I truly feel value me as a person, and that's the best gift God can give you.
I agree, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. Laughter is what it is, but I think I guess the one thing that I can comprehend is that we're genuine people. What you see is what you get, and we always put other people above ourselves. And just like this whole charity event, and that when Pam sent the letter and the drawing that she did,
oh my gosh, yeah, that was
the start of something that we all got off stream and talked behind the scenes and said, maybe we can really make a difference in somebody's life. And that's when we started talking about, give kids the world. At the time, it wasn't for the Beverly Challenge; it's for something else we got planned coming up. But it's just such a great, the people that tell us what we mean to them doesn't make sense to us, but it's just incredible to hear the stories. So
yeah,
and then
the genuine is a true thing. I mean, getting time to spend time with Dale and Jenna, who I hadn't spent time with as much. I mean, I've talked to Josh a good bit on the phone and stuff, but getting some time with them one-to-one and actually you see how genuine they are, and it just it makes you so happy.
Oh, for sure. 100% for sure. And then the other thing, you meet so many people. I cannot tell you the number. We talked about this trip forever, how many people there were going to be there. And I met even more than that. When I went that first day to meet Cargo, I think we had a party of 9 people show up.
Yeah.
People that I had no idea were even going to be there. It was just incredible. There was a lot of good people there. A lot of people I didn't meet or didn't get a chance to meet, but a lot of people I did get a chance to meet. I got to meet, and then during the Beverly Challenge, Jim from More Sunshine Please, one of my, I love that guy.
Great.
I think he's phenomenal. He came up behind me after the stream was over and said, "Hi." I went, "Jim," I didn't know he was going to be there.
See Jenna's comment.
Dale and Pete makes the best commentator, And Steve's World, the best Beverly drinker.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for free golf balls right now. He's trying.
No, they are guys. I cannot tell you how genuine people in this community are, and giving. I'll do that on the recap show. People were giving us stuff, and we don't know why, and we'll go through all that later. But anyways, guys, yeah, if you get a chance to experience what we got to experience, I can only hope that everybody in this life can experience a tenth of what we got to do, and what we got to feel, because it was incredible. So
As we're summing up, I want to channel Corey for 1 second and say that the week was amazing.
Yeah.
I love Corey when he says that word. It's my favorite Corey word.
Amazing.
Whatever he's doing, especially happens if you watch him. It happens a lot on desserts more than regular food.
Yeah.
He'll get the food will be going through, and then he get to that dessert. Oh, this is amazing. I love it. It's my favorite Corey word. I love that kid.
Pam, I am exhausted a little bit. I've had like 10 hours of sleep in 6 days, but it's worth it, because again, I wouldn't have changed anything. And Josh with Resort TV One, guys, Josh and Jen are both here. Again, I told you guys at the beginning, incredible people. Just getting to sit and talk with them about lives, our lives, and what things that are happening, and just talk. It was just the best part about the whole thing. So,
I had a conversation with Josh a couple of weeks ago that was just talking about things with life, and it was probably one of the best conversations I've had with somebody about life stuff in probably 5 to 6 years. It was awesome.
Yep. And sometimes you just need that conversation. You just need somebody that understands what you're going through or something like that. And I get that part of it. But no, we could not have been anywhere near successful without the help of them. So it's incredible. Again, they're consummate professionals, and they do such a great job with what they do. And again, guys, the best part about this is Josh instantly had no problems whatsoever moving the stream. Zero. I mean, we caught them while they were streaming, and Jenna held the thing. He come back and said, "We'll do it. It's fine." On their flagship station on a Friday night, or their show on a Friday night, which I think honestly helped the numbers even better that we got. They gave up. They turned off all their super chats. They turned off all their ads. They did everything that they could possibly do, and $0. They made $0 off of anything that we did. And we had the Give Kids the World set up their own fundraiser page. Every single dollar, every single dime goes to that charity. And for somebody like those guys to do what they did, and coming from us too, like I said, the four of us, we're just like little ants on the ground. These guys are big giants in the streaming world. They gave up their own time and efforts and money that they could have been making off super chats and everything to help these kids. Those are people that I'm going to associate myself with for the rest of my life.
Well, to back that up a little bit, I was actually, when you guys were making the change, I was there. We were coming out of Mexico, and you had already talked to, I guess, Donna or somebody, because Nick texted me, and he's like, Beverly Challenge is changing to tomorrow, hopefully. And I'm like, no, it's not. I was like, Steve, I said, I'm emceeing the thing, and Steve hasn't called me yet. I was like, I don't think it's changing, Nick. And Jenna was standing next to me. Josh was walking out in front of us, and she turned to me. She said, what? I said, he's saying something about the Beverly Challenge might have to change because of the weather. She goes, well, I don't know, but if we have to, we have to, or something to that effect. It was something like that. It was something just spontaneous that, you could already tell this was spur of the moment that I was bringing up. And then you walked up like 2 minutes later, and boom, they're just great people.
We had to go check with, because of the emergency situation we had to go check with Club Cool to make sure it'd be okay. And we talked to them, told them what we wanted to do. They gave us the speculations of, you got to keep the house clear, you got to keep the motion down, everything.
Josh, while you're in here, I did tell Steve that I did find it. I found it kind of comical that I'm so used to getting loud when I do the microphone stuff, and I'm doing stuff like that I've done with wrestling. I know a couple times I got loud last night, and I got this look from Josh like I was the kid that came out of his bedroom at 10 o'clock at night on a school night. Get back in bed, kid. So I knew I had to pipe it down a little bit. But
Mom and Dad from Resort TV One did a great job with Josh and Jenna, for sure. My Disney Park memories.
Absolutely.
And then I know Perfect Cat said to mention too. I know. So my nieces, if you guys go back to some of my really early streams, the ones that are really, really, really bad, I used to have different backdrops for my toys when I would open them. We had a bunch of other different fabrics that we had used for backgrounds and backdrops. My nieces wanted to give all that to Cargo, so I took it down there and gave it to her, and she's going to convert a lot of them into, and using her own as well, into pillowcases to donate to Give Kids the World herself. So
it was the teacher look.
It's really special for what
that's awesome, Steve. That's pretty cool. I'm laughing at the chat and Josh responding there. I tell you, it's just a fun night, and the guy that came in out of nowhere and took the shot. So when he did that, Dave was standing there. I was worried about Dave dropping that guy. If we'd have been
worried about myself, I was worried about myself dropping that guy because I don't know what he was thinking.
Your back was to me. I could see Dave's face, and Dave was doing everything he could to restrain because the guy just come in. I thought he was going to start pounding all the shots. And that's what we didn't want was all the public jumping in.
Yeah, that would have got us in trouble.
Yeah, we're trying to. It's no hidden note. We're trying to protect the integrity of what everybody in the community, but especially Jen and Josh, because they were broadcasting.
Absolutely.
We were trying to protect their brand. And now here's another great story. I don't know if you know this or not too. When the security guard came over at first and started walking into us, Dev realized what was going on, and God love Dev. He said, "Josh, let's go. We're out of here."
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Josh
I was like, "No, we're not."
He's gone. No, Josh is gone.
No.
Dev's going with him. Jen is still standing there next to me. Josh is halfway down the hallway. Jen is standing there with the camera going, where'd he go? Mm-hmm. So it was just, I was dying. It's like, but it all worked out really well.
And Josh said, I'll never forget it. Honestly, I think it did as much for all of us as it did for the kids of Give the Kids the World. It just feels so good to do good. And he's absolutely right. I was truly humbled by everything that happened. And it just, I know that number makes a huge difference to Give Kids the World because they told me it does. So
that's a lot of money, really man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it's not
thanks. Thanks, Jen. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good to see and interesting to see people watching people's reaction too as they walked by and tried to figure out what we were doing.
Yeah, you guys. In about 15 minutes, we're gonna send everybody over to Two Real Geeks. They go live for their Pleasure Island show on Saturday nights at midnight. So we'll go ahead and stay on till then. And then we're gonna jump off here. I just wanted to stay on for about an hour and do Sports Night. So, and I did not know, and I didn't know they were doing Beverly. I didn't know they were doing Illuminations this late tonight. I've never seen them do it at 10 o'clock before, so that was a little different. But so we pushed our stream back a little bit till after everybody was done streaming the fireworks. Yeah,
and that's the one thing I'm so impressed with everybody in this community how they really do try to work around everybody else. Like you did tonight. You knew Walt was doing thing. We saw Zip was doing his fireworks, and then Jenna
Myers in the house, and
so you made sure to wait to broadcast until after they were all done, which is just great. Even when Kelly and I were sitting there talking with Jeff, trying to figure out when we were going to do our thing, we sat there for like 20 minutes, and it was like playing Connect Four. They were writing down a list of who's broadcasting on what night when. And where can we go that we don't hurt anybody through? And, and finally at one point I just said, let's pick the least amount of traffic time because there's so many good people streaming. You're kind of going to touch somebody's time at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Corey's Thursday night. So we try to go late on Thursday night. So we're not affecting Corey.
And we're going to, now that I know this is an annual thing and I know the ins and outs of it, next year we're going to really amp it up. So, I didn't think we did too bad for a short-term quick stream. So
I still like the miniature golf challenge.
Oh yeah. Well, for sure. I think the Beverly challenge is going to become an annual thing depending on, the other part of it is going to depend on too, if this and that is going to host it or, then we want to make sure that we can all be there. So we don't want to do it with one or two of our guys. We want to do it with all four. So it's going to come down to when we can all four get down there again.
Well, at least we know we'd have Dale in if we do mini golf. Look, Josh says mini golf is definitely coming soon. You saw, I don't know if you saw, Josh. I did.
I saw that picture you posted or whatever.
That's an old one of Josh and his golf numbers.
Nice.
And then you had the better one was when Dale says he's in.
Awesome.
Put that in. When Dale and Corey played, and I'm watching them and they're doing their numbers at the end, and Corey actually won, but Corey read it wrong, so he's giving Dale the victory. For like 35 minutes, and all of a sudden Dale realized, wait a minute, you didn't win, I won. That was great.
Nice, Josh. Yeah, I want to play mini golf there. I get free passes to go play mini golf every time I go to Disney World, and I never go.
Wow.
Just I should have done it this time when I had earlier in my trip when I had a little bit extra time, but I didn't. And I did see Josh said he used to play the saxophone. I used to play. I started out. We had to choose either French. We had to choose choir, study hall, or band, and most of all the kids chose study hall. I wasn't like that. I didn't want to study hall. I loved school, so I chose band. I played French horn because my instructor said, "What do you want to play?" And I said, "I have no idea." He said, "Can you read music?" I said, "Nope." He said, "Well, I got a French horn that's graduating this year, and I need another one." I said, "Okay, I'll try it." And I guess for a small school too, we didn't have it. There was nobody else. So I wound up playing the French horn for a while. Then I learned how to play pretty much all the other instruments because when I had no other classes, I took a lot of AP classes and took them in ahead of time. And I got to the point where I couldn't take any more classes. So I had to have study halls. So I'd either go do like a student teaching gig at the elementary, which was right next door, or I would help the junior high choir, band and choir. And I would learn how to play all the instruments there as well.
That's pretty impressive. Like Josh just said, that's a hard instrument. That is. Preston chose not to go that route. He's doing drums. He's been doing it now for 3 years. So it's kind of interesting. I did trumpet when I was in high school.
And real quick, Stacy says, when were you supposed to come home before the hurricane? So I was supposed to come home tomorrow night. Shep and I were about an hour apart from each other. One was at 5 and one was at 6 or something like that. I think he was like 5:50 and I was at 5 or I don't remember what it was. The other part, when you asked about bread service, so I actually did not go to bread service. 2 reasons why. Number one, he had a set reservation, and he wanted to add one. They were giving him a hard time about adding one up to he might have been able to do it when we got there, but they would not let him add the person that wanted to be added. The other thing is that was the day of the soft opening at Galaxy's Edge, where we stood out in the direct sunlight for 7 hours, and they never opened the park, and I got really sick to my stomach, and it was bad. So we went, by the time we started rolling around and it came time for the dinner to come around, I texted or sent a message to Dan ahead of time, said, "Look, if you want to get the other person in, I'm okay with that. I don't feel well at all. It was just going to be bad." So it all worked out, and I went back and
you probably canceled more reservations than you actually used.
Oh my gosh. We'll talk about that next week on the recap. Yes, Rachel, I do plan to get to Disneyland. I'm going to try to get there sometime next year. Thanks, Andrea. Thank Hughes. You're incredible. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Great.
So we got 10 minutes, guys. So if there's anything you guys want to ask, if you got any questions about anything, I really don't have a whole lot more. And I apologize for I saw somebody say I look exhausted. I am exhausted. But I
was shocked that you wanted to go live.
We missed it last week, and I didn't really want to miss it again. And I really wanted to talk about the Beverly Challenge because it is something extremely special to me, and I wanted to make sure that we got out some updates and kind of tell our feelings about it. But I just wanted to talk to people. As long as people came, I mean, we have 59 people here after almost 97 minutes and 11:51 at night. So I couldn't be happier that you guys all show up, and as long as people keep coming, we will keep doing what we do.
This will be the first night that I don't beg you to go to one.
Yes, Stacy, I'm sorry. There's no. I'm already. I don't know if you go back and watch a stream from a few minutes ago, because I watched after I did it. I watched it over here I got 2 screens pulled up.
The one where you were kind of doing this.
Well, I mean, not the stream, like this live stream right here. My eyes go closed for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was actually worried. I'll be honest with you. I would have lost money. I bet Zip that as we were going tonight, at some point you would fall asleep.
I wasn't. I definitely wasn't falling asleep there. I mean, my eyes were closed, but I wasn't. I didn't doze off at all. But my eyes are getting heavy. They're hurting. It's like more of a burning sensation. After I did it, though, I was like, I better look over there and see how that looked. So it looked like I was starting to fall asleep. And I mean, I'm getting very tired. Yeah. Rachel, I don't know when Meg's coming home. But she's
it was like Tuesday or Wednesday next week or something.
I don't know. She's somewhere in the middle of the hurricane. I think it's, but she's gonna wait it out. Hopefully that misses. Then let's see here. Missed some comments. I don't know how Josh does this, by the way. I don't have near the comments that he does. And I was streaming with my gimbal. That guy, kudos to him and Jenna both. I get tired after a half hour, and just trying to read the chat, especially on a phone. The chat is so much harder to read on a phone because you only get to see like 1 or 2 comments, and then they go away, and they go away fast. I'm sure there's settings for that, but
it's pretty impressive. Not only that, just manipulating the crowd, the people coming up. I just sat back and was like, wow.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mike Wheeler. Yes, Jenna, I'm definitely getting some rest here. As soon as we get off the stream, my pillow has my name on it. I'm just going to go oblige it. Oh, thanks so much, Stacey. We were there for
I only got 297 emails to catch up on. So,
yeah, I gave up on that, and I told my boss not to bug me. Well, I mean, let me phrase that. I requested that my boss not send me anything because I wouldn't. I wouldn't probably going to be getting it, and he still got through to me, and which was important that he did. I don't. Of all days for me to actually pick up my phone and look at it for work, it was a pretty important thing that I needed to do. So I had to. Well, I think we were in Epcot when I was trying to finalize it and get it done, but
it's all good.
All right. Well, guys, again, 7. Steve demanded to be left alone. I did, Josh. There were times when I needed to be, couldn't help it. So it was fun. It was real fun. And then there was one time, I will tell you one thing. We had so much lack of sleep. The one time I did doze off on a bus. We were sitting there, and it was not a lot of people. And I had sunglasses on because it was bright outside. And, I was sitting there like this. And those one seats that are separated, they have a little bar right here for people to hold on to. It's the vertical member that goes across.
Yeah.
He was sitting next to me, and I was sleeping. All of a sudden, I kind of dozed off, and all of a sudden I smacked my head on the bar because I started falling over. And the kids started laughing across the seats from me. But, I am way behind on sleep. So
Josh put in there that Corey fell asleep talking to someone during Galaxy's Edge stream, which is unbelievable. The picture of Corey that you guys have. I don't know if it's you or Chef that has it or Dave. One of you 3 showed me that picture. I can't remember who it was. When he was sleeping face down.
That's me, and it's not going anywhere. So
it won't go out to the public. But
no,
it was just it shows how we just go and go and go to the point where you just say enough.
Yep.
And my body did the same thing to me after Galaxy's Edge. I couldn't wait to go lay down for a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not. Some of it's for us. Some of it was just because we didn't want to miss anything, and a lot of it though is the coverage that we try to take care of. All the information you try to gather, whether it be on film or not, or filming that we're trying to do to bring to our channels and to our audiences. It's incredible the amount of effort that goes into it. I mean. Yeah. It is insane.
You don't want to miss anything. I mean, look at that first night when we hooked up with you on Tuesday when we got down there.
Yeah.
And, we went to, you want to go to the ale house for one quick drink, and that was at 11:15, 11:20. Okay, let's go over and do it. 6 or 8 of us that were there. Next thing you know, it's 2:15 a.m. We're walking out of the place because you're sitting there thinking, God, I need to get to bed, but you don't want to miss anything that's going on. And I'm glad I stayed because Zip found a new fan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, guys. Well, we have 4 minutes left. I really get more than 5 hours a night. So, Josh, I'm like that too, though. I see of my group. I think I closely relate to Josh. I understand what he goes through. Tries to be everything organized and everything, and it just sometimes doesn't happen. You got to deal with it. But I only sleep 4 hours a night, and I'm fine with that. My problem is I've only got a total of 10 hours of sleep in the last 6 days. So it's definitely catching up with me. And to give people, I also told people I would tell them about how it affected my weight. I gained 12 pounds at Disney World. So even with all the walking and everything else we did, I gained 12 pounds. So I got to get back on it tomorrow. So
that's crazy.
I need to make a video for tomorrow too, but it can wait. Too much work on my house today. Understandable, Josh. See, that's the other thing too. You got to balance YouTube. You got to balance your videos. You got to balance your life and your work and your family and everything else that you got going on in life. It's hard to do. It really is. And
you kind of got to keep delivering content in order to keep people coming to your channel.
And one of the things I was disappointed in, and not really disappointed in, I started filming a lot of stuff. I got a lot of coverage, the footage. Don't get me wrong, but when the boys got there, I really put the camera away. I would record some shows or something if we were all seeing the same show, but I didn't care about whether I had content. I didn't care whether I had vlogs. I just didn't care. I would live stream with the four of us together, but I didn't care about any of the other stuff, and it made it worth it for me. I was able to take it all in.
I was impressed with Dave and his vlog. He is watching him, being up close to him, and how quick he picks the camera up and gets something real quick, and then in and out.
Yep.
He got a lot of content, and it was good. It was impressive.
Mike Wheeler put in chat, singing a lullaby to me. It says, "Lullaby and good night. Go to bed, little Stevie. Rest your head and say good night."
Start winding it up. We got 2 minutes.
Yep. So we got 2 minutes. If somebody can please post the Two Real Geeks link in the chat. We'll go to them in just a minute. I want to thank Dean at the Live Place, www.theliveplace.com, and Dreamers Empire and Live Place on YouTube. Host our show as well as numerous other shows. Please go check them out. My partner channel, Mouse Talk, goes live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock. And they go live with me on Saturday nights normally with SportsNite at 8 o'clock as well. My other partner channel, Rob Fuzz, goes live at 4 or 4:30 every Friday with either Pub Talk or Frankie Friday. Go check him out as well. My power channels, my boys, my brothers, the DizneyDan crew, the Shep family, Zippity Doo Dad, and Brandy and Dave. I would not have it any other way. It would not work with anybody else other than the four of us together. It just wouldn't. So love you guys to death. And DizneyDan as well. Huge, huge, huge shout out to Josh and Jenna from Resort TV One for what they were able to help us pull off last night and raise over $10,000. So we're not sure exactly where the number is going to wind up. I'll have a better idea on Monday or Tuesday, but the stream it'll at least we'll at least accept donations up to next Sunday. So Pete, thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Thank you for inviting me. All I've got going is, our Thursday night NFL show. This week's special guest for week 1 for a few minutes at least will be Dale, a huge Bear fan from Resort TV One.
Nice.
Joining us. He has confirmed with me that he will do that. So we're excited to have that. I got my co-host, Dole Whip Dad, and Kelly from Myers and the Mouse talking football. We're going to go live somewhere around 8:15, 8:30. And encourage everybody to kind of come on in after Corey and hang out with us and talk a little football as we talk this week's game. We'll talk the upcoming Sunday games. We'll talk a little bit of college. There's some great stuff that's happened this week already, like with Oregon getting upset and some other things that have happened. So that's a great thing. I can't say thank you enough again to everybody that Steve's mentioned. I'm not going to go back through the names because I really think you covered it well. And I'll finish with the way I always finish, which is, world's a better place when you put a smile on someone's face.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pete. And again, I go live on Monday at 9 Monday at 8, and DizneyDan will be live again on next Wednesday with our trip recap to tell you all the stories we can tell you. So don't miss that as well. Guys, thank you so much. Everybody go check out Two Real Geeks. Really appreciate y'all stopping by, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, guys.
Bye-bye.